And so these demonic oppressions, what was the process for trying to rid you of those, you lustful being, you, Vicky?
I know. There's other things too, but the demonic oppression part, you had to pray about out loud with your counselor every day. And, she would put your hand on you, or her hand on you, and you would pray. There was like a scripted out prayer about it that was like, I cast you out in the name of Jesus, and you have no authority over me. And you read out the various sins. Okay. So I went through all that, and we also had a sort of group thing when we had a special speaker come, which was sort of the most disturbing to me, because it was very much like, you sat there and waited. She touched you, and then she prayed and said, I cast you out in the name of Jesus. And she sat there and waited until you sort of told her that you felt like the Spirit had left you. Everybody. She had, the seed that, sorry.
I've actually got a YouTube clip here of Mercy Ministries founder and president Nancy Alcorn explaining part of this process. I'm going to play it for you. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this through my microphone.
Okay.
And then we tell them that soul, spirit hurts. Jesus came to heal the brokenhearted. And then where there's areas, we deal with areas of demonic oppression. If there's demonic activity, like if somebody's opened themselves up to a spirit of lust through pornography or through lots of promiscuous sexual activity or something like that, then we've opened the door for demonic powers. And secular psychiatrists want to medicate things like that, but Jesus did not say to medicate a demon. He said to cast them out. And that's supposed to be a part of normal Christianity.
Right. Did you ever meet this Nancy Alcorn woman?
Oh, yeah, lots of times. I was in the Nashville home, which is where the corporate headquarters is located. When she wasn't traveling, that's where she was.
Is she married?
No, she's not. Every time she makes her speech, she talks about how she has sacrificed her love life for the sake of Mercy Ministries.
She's never been married?
No. She said she never had sex. She's like 50-something.
She's never had sex.
Yeah. Every time she talks, it's like, that's the beginning of her speach. It's like, it's telling how she sacrificed.
She's 50
she made that commitment to God. And
never had sex.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like a Catholic priest in some ways.
Yeah.
And we all know, how emotionally stable our Catholic priests are. Okay. So you met her. What was your impression of Nancy Alcorn? I mean, I've watched a few clips of her on YouTube, and I find her to be quite an intense lady.
Yeah, she can be very nice or very, very cruel. It was sort of, everyone was always working to get her approval, and if you said anything against her or questioned things, she didn't like you. So she, at the end of the so many months, she hated me. I think also because my counselor did not take the job. So she resented having me there. Anything I'd say, sometimes she would sit in our evening classrooms, and then she would make a comment at the end. And so we would raise our hands and say something about what this class, this particular lecture had made us feel, etc. And if she didn't like what you said, she said something pretty scathing afterwards, which happened to me a lot.
I believe she's just been in Australia recently. I had a discussion earlier on today with Tanya Levin, who's an ex-Hillsong member in Australia, who's written a book about her experience with Hillsong Church. And I know that Tanya, with a number of Mercy survivors, went and had a meeting with Nancy, where I believe Nancy apologised to them for the way that they had been treated by Mercy Ministries in Australia, and said that it doesn't happen like that in America. Now, one of the things you mentioned before is that it was free. I know in Australia that the girls have been asked to turn over their welfare payments to Mercy Ministries when they enter the facility. You weren't required to pay them or transfer any monies to them?
Not that I'm aware of. Everything was free. I don't know if it was for the pregnant girls.
Right.
I know they had like medical care. I don't know if they got that through the government or not.
Okay, but you definitely still participated in this whole demonic oppression and exorcism fiasco.
Yeah. I do want to say something about the girl that hurt herself. Did I?
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us that story.
Okay. While I was there, I had been there maybe 6 months or 4 months, 5 months. A girl entered there. We weren't really allowed to speak specifically about our conditions. But she was out of it. You know, she was coherent in the sense that she could sit somewhere and stay there. But from class to lunch, you sort of had to lead her there. Things like that. Transitions she couldn't do by herself. So we really did ask her. We asked the program director, Sherry Douglas, and said, what is wrong with her? And she said she couldn't give specifics, but that her soul had been broken into pieces. So our best guess was either multiple personality or schizophrenia. So during my stay there, she actually, I don't know if she attempted suicide or just didn't know what she was doing, but she jumped from the balcony of our second floor onto our stone foyer and broke several bones in her back. I didn't see her, but I heard her screaming because I was in the kitchen, and some girls saw her. The worst part, or in my opinion, the worst part is that Nancy came in then and asked us to cover it, like to not tell anyone about it.
Really? She came in and asked you to cover it up?
Yes. She said that the girl wouldn't be coming back, that she had broken bones in her back, and that we should not tell people because it would give the demon or give the devil a reason to work against her, and she wouldn't be able to help other girls if people knew.
And do you know what happened to the girl after that?
No, I don't. She didn't come back. I hope that, I mean, if anybody deserves some kind of restitution, then it's her.
And you know, what do you think happened? Why do you think she threw herself off the balcony?
I don't know. I think she was not properly supervised. Like I said, you know, I could have been up there exercising every hour of the day that I wasn't doing something. You know, they didn't pay attention to you. I mean, I think that she committed suicide or tried to commit suicide. I cannot believe when I look back on it that I didn't say something to somebody at that point, but I didn't. You know, I believed what she was saying.
You sort of swallowed the whole thing, hook, line. You drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, as far as I know, everybody did, and there were 25 of us.